Greetings all. Today is April 27, 2024. My name is Patricia Hopkins, and today I'd like to read an essay I wrote about 10 years ago on trust, titled Trust or a Lack of It. Trust, or a lack of it, is a recurring theme in many stories because as long as there are people involved in relationships, the issue of trust will always arise. Could it be life imitating art? Think about it. Whether you are reading a crime novel, a horror story, or a sweet romance, all the characters have some sort of trust issue. Take, for instance, two characters in a crime novel. A woman witnesses a crime that could place her life and her loved ones in danger. She becomes burdened by her secret, so she shares the secret with a trusted friend who promises to keep quiet. And what does the friend typically do? They spill their guts to a shady-looking character sitting at a bar throwing back martinis, who is usually the villain, by the way, and places the woman in an awful bind. This is a perfect example of misplaced trust. Then there is the horror story. I love a good horror story, but I usually can't find a decent one that doesn't involve some kind of dismemberment. Stephen King and Dean Koontz are two of my most favorite authors, but I digress. In a horror story, the trust issue is a little different because the main characters typically don't trust their own instincts, which gets them into all sorts of trouble. They lie to themselves to explain away the horrific events occurring in a vain attempt at self-preservation. Even when they see a man's silhouette standing outside their window in the middle of the night holding a butcher's knife, with their own two eyes, the character still makes up all kinds of excuses instead of trusting themselves. Okay, so maybe this is more stupidity than trust, but you get the picture. Trust your instincts. They will never guide you wrong. And then finally, there is the romance novel. Boy meets girl, they fall in love, possibly get married, and then, wait for it, girl suspects boy of cheating or vice versa. From what I have read, most romance novels involve more sex and infidelity than romance. But as in life, the salacious drama is what keeps people interested and coming back for more. Despite the millions of romance novels out there is nothing new under the sun. But back to the subject at hand. The issues involving a lack of trust surfaces in intimate, committed relationships when people become emotionally involved. In the beginning, life is great and everyone is happy. Then, for whatever reason, someone's insecurities start to surface, whether warranted or not, and they go down a path that will almost always result in certain failure. This is a typical plot. One person thinks their partner is having an affair, so they resort to all manners of devious behavior to catch the other. For example, the woman rummages through her man's wallet, searching for who knows what. The man peruses the woman's cell phone, checking her text messages and call logs. The man puts a GPS tracker on his woman's car. The woman trails her man to work and watches to see where he goes before he comes home. And I have a disclaimer. No, I have not done any of these personally. The list goes on and on. If this happened in real life, I doubt the relationship would continue. And if it did, I would question, should it? But in a romance novel, because readers don't like unhappy endings, this will all be resolved and the characters will go on to live a happy life. My point is, trust, or a lack of it, can make or break a relationship. You should be able to tell a true friend a secret without worrying that they will blab it out to the entire world. If you can't trust the one you're with, then maybe you're with the wrong person. Being in a relationship where there is no trust is like swimming in the ocean with an anchor shackled to your feet. Eventually, it will drag you both down. So love and trust the one you're with. Happy Saturday from the musings of Patricia's mind. Have a great, wonderful Saturday. Peace.